Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today I'm going to show you how you can route MIDI notes inside a MIDI region to multiple MIDI tracks that are playing different instruments. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe, as it helps with growing the channel. Subscribe and also click like and leave comments, please. Let's click Create Project. And let's click on Tracks. We are inside Logic Pro for iPad, and we are running an iPad Pro M1. Let's click on MIDI software instrument to create one standard MIDI track. Okay, let's duplicate that. Okay, we have two tracks which have a default patch. Perfect. Now let's open up the browser. Let's go to Instrument Patches, select Bass, and let's drag and drop a bass to the first track. Okay, let's select it to hear it. Okay, perfect. And let's close the browser and also the play surface. And let's select both tracks like so. Then go back to the trimming, select again the first track and click on it again to open this menu and select Create Summing Stack. I have already created a tutorial explaining how a summing stack works, so please refer to that one. Okay, so the next thing which we want to do is select the first track here. Go to the inspector, and where it says MIDI in channel, instead of all, select MIDI channel number 1. Go to the second one, MIDI in channel, and select channel number 2. Okay, so the summing stack will send MIDI messages to the internal tracks. The first one will receive only MIDI channel number 1. The second one will receive only on MIDI channel number 2. Now, on the first track, the summing stack, okay, which contains the other two, click and create a MIDI region. Okay, now let's open up the piano roll for that MIDI region. Now, let's go to the pencil and let's create a bass. Okay, so. You hear both tracks at the moment because the summing stack is sending the same MIDI messages to all channels. Indeed, if I was to show you the inspector, you will see that if I go up to the track for the summing stack, it says MIDI out channel all. So it sends to all channels. Okay, and let's reopen the piano roll. Okay, so let's click on the pencil. And let's create a melody for the bass. Maybe GUI. Okay. Let's create something like that. Nice and simple. Okay. And actually, let me set the cycle here to repeat. So click and click on it again, cycle selection, so it will continue to repeat. Okay, maximize again. Now, go to the trim option, select all the notes, or if you prefer, click somewhere and then select all because they are the only notes that I want to affect. Now, go to the inspector, scroll down until you find this part, MIDI channel number 1, which is okay. So if now I click play, I have a bass that is playing that particular set of notes. Okay, let's continue. So let's create a melody for that piano. Okay, maybe up here. So, something like that. Maybe just here. Like that. Now, go back to trim and click and drag a region. Okay, so that so that we select only specific notes, or you can use the multiple like that, because there are no many notes, and you select only the notes that should be played by the second track. When you've done that, again, back to trim, let's click the inspector, scroll down, and where I said MIDI channel, you can see it varies. So let's select number 2. Now let's play. Nice, isn't it? So we have multiple tracks or MIDI notes routed to different software instrument or different MIDI tracks. And of course, you can continue like so. So for example, let's close the piano roll. Let's, for example, go to the inspector, sorry, to the browser. Let's remove this, the bass selections. Let's select drum, and then we go for kit pieces, and then we select kick. Okay, that sounds nice. So drag and drop here. Okay, and then what we are going to do, you will see, is outside the summing stack. So we're going to click on it, hold, and then we are going to move it inside, perhaps after the bass, like so, so that you can verify it is inside. Now we select that track, we close the browser, we go to the inspector, we open here where it says more. We sorry, actually here on MIDI in input channel, and we select 3. Okay, let's close the inspector now. Let's go back to our MIDI region. Let's open the piano roll editor. Okay, here we have all our notes, and we can now do something similar to what we were doing earlier on, to where we can actually create notes just for the drum. Let's try. For example, why not somewhere here? And maybe we do it like so, alternating, so we skip some. Okay, and then we are going to go back to trimming, and of course we can select all of them, and then we are going to go to the inspector, and then we are going to change from channel 2 to channel 3. Okay, and now let's play. If you find that the pitch of that note is too low, no problem. So close the piano roll editor, go to that particular track, okay, which is already active, open details under the inspector, and actually move up the region to the track level, open more here. If it's not open, click here on transpose, and then go up by 12, and let's hear. You might like it, you might not like it, and so you can make all the relevant adjustment, and why not, let's choose another kick. Let's replace it with this one. Okay, let's click play. And of course, you can continue like that. So, for example, let's duplicate that track again. Let's go to the browser, remove the kick, and we select the snare here. And we go and select the snare. Okay, that sounds cool. And we set this one to receive up the region, to receive from MIDI channel number 4. We go back to the region, open the piano roll, again, close the inspector. And now, what we are going to do, we're going to create notes. Again, probably this level. Select both of them, trim, multiple select, like so. Then go up to the inspector and then change the channel to channel number 4. Let's click play. And of course, you can make all the iteration that you need, like so. If you want to make these a bit longer, maybe that is something that you prefer to do. Actually, is these ever changed the channel here? No, it's still channel 3, which is fine. So, like so, we can make this one longer, like that. Let's try. And as you can see, the different MIDI tracks are driven by this MIDI region. They all have different MIDI channels. They all have different instruments. Okay, and of course, you're using practically notes with different MIDI channel in this MIDI region, which is at summing stack level. You can do this in the summing stack main track, but you couldn't do that in the folder stacks, for example. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. This is one way, of course, that you can route MIDI to multiple tracks using a MIDI region inside the main track of a summing stack. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.